All right. How long have you been working in the service industry?
I've been working in the service industry for 7 years.
Okay. How long did it take you to catch on to the job?
It's a learning process. Every day is new, but it took a while, a couple months, to actually prepare myself for, just being able to work with people and get your own little system going, on like how to work the computer and maneuver through that, and then just like knowledge of the menu and drinks that you serve and everything like that. So it takes a good couple of months to actually get the hang of it and get used to it.
Okay. What is the most important thing to you while serving at the table?
Number one thing is you always want to get the customers to come back or the guests to come back. So you're representing the restaurant that you're working for, so you always want to leave a good impression and make sure everybody leaves happy, and like a good, unique experience is important. So.
Okay. What is your strategy in order to get a good tip?
I try and be very personable with my tables, and you just kind of got to feel it out. Every person is different, so, and everybody's coming in for a different reason, whether it be a date or, there's dinner parties that I work with, so it's just being able to, I forgot the question. Oh my God!
I'll take that part out, it's okay.
Okay.
What are the type of customers that you deal with?
I work at an Irish pub right now, so I've worked in kind of fine dining and also like a little sandwich shop, and so the place I work at now, an Irish pub, it's kind of different because the dinner rush is more like you're just serving dinner, getting people through dinner and eating. The late night crowd that comes in, though, the bar crowd is a lot different, and it's actually pretty fun. It's a fun atmosphere. So you definitely get to bring out more of your personality with the later crew that aren't just there for dinner. And
what are your favorite parts of the job?
I love getting to know people and meeting people, and it's helped me to actually find out who I am and who I want to be and what I like. And so you learn a lot about yourself as well as how to work with others, and even just being able to get along with your whole staff and working as a team is huge, being a server. So.
Okay. What are some difficulties you face while working the floor?
Difficulties would be time management, I think, and just being able to get everything going in a nice flow, because if you don't have that flow going and if you don't have everything organized, it makes it very tough if you're in a bind or if something goes wrong.
You start forgetting stuff.
And then you're like freaking out, and that's where the server nightmares come in. We all have them.
What are some of the nightmares that you guys have?
Gosh, all of my nightmares, if I have, which are literally nightmares, I go home from closing and then I go to sleep and I dream about my job. So the anxiety can get up there when you get busy. So just being able to maintain organized thought and method is.
Does the place you work at reflect on the type of service you give?
Definitely. So fine dining, they didn't care so much about your personality. They cared more about being able to present their food and being able to make the person feel like they're in a fancy place, at a nice place, and get like the good, awesome treatment. And then at the Irish pub I work at now, it's a lot different. It's a lot more like low key, laid back, and so yeah.
All right. What kind of schedule do you have?
My schedule varies every week. It's different, so that is a little difficult sometimes to just not have a set schedule. And a lot of my shifts are night shifts, so I don't go in until like 4 in the afternoon, and then sometimes I don't get out until 3 or 3:30 in the morning if I end up closing. So it's not an easy schedule to work with, but you gotta be a certain type of person to be able to handle it.
A server's minimum wage differs from regular minimum wage. How does that affect you?
I mean, as a server, you have to take the good days with the bad. Sometimes a morning shift, I can leave with $7, and I've been there for, 4 or 5 hours, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But then, I've always got my Friday or Saturday nights, which are busier, and you can walk with over 200 on a good night and work the same amount of hours. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
if you could choose between the tipping system, like getting a tip at the end of a meal, or having a set rate after, like a service charge, what would you rather have?
I actually really do enjoy the tip system. I feel like I work hard for what I get, and I like to, I do personally care about every table that I have, and I want to make sure that they have a great experience. So I like the fact that the tips that they give me reflect on the kind of service that they had and the experience they had. So it's a lot easier to tell if, they had a good service, serving experience, or if they had a bad one.
I got you.
Yeah.
If I were to tell you I was going to become a server for the first time tomorrow, what kind of advice would you give me?
Don't be shy, and be a team player, and just be very open-minded. And it's a lot to take on all at once, but if you kind of take it piece by piece and I guess just kind of work on your organization skills.
Okay. How was your first training experience?
I was kind of thrown into a place when I was 20, and it was I was a cocktail server, and not being 21, I didn't have very much experience with drinking at that time, so it was very hard to sell mainly cocktails and not know what anything was or what people were ordering, and just to be thrown in was a horrible experience. But then the next serving job I had was at a very nice restaurant, and they happened to have a training for like 2 weeks, and it taught me everything about being a server. So, I mean, you get taught the main skills, but then you have to apply your own self and your own personality. That's kind of what makes serving fun.
Okay. Are customers usually stereotyped as soon as they walk in the door?
Honestly, yes, but I feel like everybody kind of, I mean, even if I go out to a restaurant and eat, I judge my server right away, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Yeah, so I think that being a customer, you can walk in and be yourself, but as a server, I think that you should definitely clean up and take your physical appearance and hygiene very seriously. Yes.
Yeah. All right. What differences do you see between being What differences do you see between a male and a female server?
Working at a bar, there are actually many differences. I think in my own personal experience, I believe that as a female waitress, especially during the night crowd, we have to put up with a lot more, but it's also kind of fun to be flirtatious, and if you're outgoing, you're gonna do a good job, and if you're comfortable with working around people and new experiences, it's awesome. It's fun. You get to meet a lot of cool people, so
that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think waitress or male waiters have it easier than waitresses in the service industry?
Definitely yes. I think that males, they have their own struggles too. So if there's something heavy to carry, like buckets of ice, we're always like, if there's a male server on, we, hey, you want to go get some ice? But I feel like women kind of do put up with a lot more, just bar atmosphere in general. The men that come in, they I feel like we put up with more.
Sometimes,
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, so.
All right, well, that's it.
Cool.
Thank you.